Hey guys, welcome to another Thursday edition of the Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. My name is Nick, and today I'm going to talk about the 11 releases that are coming out in the month of October for Rocktober. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you click on that link down below and go check out the Vinyl Den Facebook group. I know we say it every episode, but just a cool place to hang out and continue the music conversation. There's also a couple other links down there. There's one for the Vinyl Den merch page if you want one of these cool Vinyl Den t-shirts. There's also sweatshirts on there. And there's also a link for the Vinyl Den Patreon page if you want to support the show. It's always greatly appreciated. Make sure you give the episode a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we release new episodes. So over the last several years, Rhino Records has been releasing exclusive releases during the month of October for what they call Rocktober. And there's been a bunch of great artists that they've released music from. I know they've done quite a few Alice Cooper albums. They've done the Stooges, ZZ Top, Jane's Addiction. Those are just a couple off the top of my head that I've seen over the years. And actually a couple of those Alice Cooper Rocktober releases have actually gotten pretty expensive out there. I know the $1 Billion Babies one regularly goes for well over $100. But they release a bunch of great albums every year, and this year they've got to 11 that they're going to be releasing. It looks like there's releases on the 8th, the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th. So every Friday, I guess except for with the exception of tomorrow, they're going to be releasing these exclusive releases. I know there's a pre-orders are out online at a bunch of different record stores, and a couple of these have actually, I think the pre-orders might have sold out or might be have gotten pretty hard to find. But the first one, this is like I said, I'm going to do in chronological order. So these are all starting in October 8th. The POD Satellite. This is actually one that I've seen on. There's probably 2 or 3 websites I've gone on to that are taking pre-orders for this that already have their pre-orders sold out. So this POD release might actually be pretty difficult to track down. This was originally released in 2001. This is the album that's got Youth of the Nation on there. I know it's got Alive and Boom, I think were like the 3 big hits off of there. So this is one that if you're not able to track down a copy of this, there is a really good bootleg of this available that's floating around. I've seen it on Rollin' Records is one website I've seen it on. So this one that I'm definitely going to be looking forward to. I've loved that album for a long time, but like I said, it might be kind of hard to grab. We'll see how it shakes out on the 8th though. The next one is New York by Lou Reed. This is a great album. This was released in 1989, and this had, I think, Dirty Boulevard was the big track off of this album. But it's a really good album. I've loved it for a long time. This a funny story about this album though is, I think it was Record Store Day. I think it was the July drop of this year. I was in line with my son Jack. And the record store we were at gave out like goodie bags to the first 20 or 25 people in line. And in the bag that Jack had was a cassette of New York. So I thought that was kind of funny when I saw it was being released for Rocktober. But this is a double LP. It is going to be on clear vinyl. I know some people have issues with clear vinyl. So if you just kind of, I guess, be warned that it's on clear vinyl if you don't like those releases. But New York by Lou Reed's another great one. The next one, though, is one that I'm probably the most excited for because this is an absolutely great soundtrack. This is School of Rock. So School of Rock came out in 2003. Let's see it. The list on there is who's who of musicians and bands from that great period of rock music. You got The Who, Doors, Cream, Led Zeppelin, Black Keys are on here, the Ramones, the Stooges. There's just a ton of great music on here. Just a fantastic soundtrack. This is one that, like I said, I'm probably most excited for October. So for October 15th, there's 4. There's 4 releases from a band I know of, I've heard of, but I don't think I've ever really actually listened to any of their music. So this is the first 4 albums from Echo and the Bunnymen. So their first album came out in 1980. It's Crocodiles. I guess I should kind of go back a little bit. If you don't know who the Bunnymen are, it was like a new wave post-punk band. Started in the late 70s. They had some really good releases. They were kind of really underground, I think, for most of their early career. I think they didn't really become a little more popular until they kind of reformed later on. But, so these are definitely 4 that I'm going to at least stream and check out. First one, like I said, it's Crocodiles. Came out in 1980. The second release was Heaven Up Here, which came out in 1981. And kind of interesting album covers. I'll put pictures up on the screen here. Their third album, which was Porcupine, was released in 83. I believe this was their most commercially successful album. At least it ranked the highest on the Billboard charts. And their fourth album, which is Ocean Rain, came out in 1984. So definitely those four going to be interesting releases. Like I said, I've never heard. I might have heard maybe a couple of tracks off of their entire collection. So they're definitely a band I definitely need to check out, because I love that kind of early, post-punk, kind of new wave kind of era. And that, like I said, the late 70s through that early 80s period was a definitely interesting time for music. The other release that's coming out on the 15th, this is Performance. This is the original soundtrack. This was released in 1970, at least the movie was. And this is an album that I think I've only heard of one song off here, and this is Memo for Turner, which was sung by Mick Jagger. It was, I think, the big hit off of there. So definitely cool, another cool one to check out. The Performance soundtrack is going to be on yellow vinyl, so there is some color variants that are coming out on some of these releases. So definitely some interesting ones coming out. For October 22nd, there's two soundtracks coming out, and both of them are kind of interesting. One I have definitely heard a bunch of songs off of, and the other one I'm not all that familiar with, but I love the band, so I'll probably check this out. The first one is Gimme Danger. This is the soundtrack for the movie that came out in 2016. This is the movie I haven't seen. Actually, I didn't even know about until just recently. But this is a movie about the Stooges. Obviously, the Stooges were, one of those groundbreaking 70s bands. Started here in Ann Arbor, so they're a local band for me. Actually, my wife, Mandy, went to school with Iggy Pop's daughter at one time. So I think it was his daughter. Maybe it was his stepdaughter. But anyway, went to school with her for a little while. But anyway, it's just definitely an interesting soundtrack. If it's a movie about the Stooges, it's going to have a bunch of Stooges songs on there. So that'll definitely be a cool one to check out. The next one is one that, of course, I've heard of, and probably everyone else out there has heard of also. But this is the soundtrack for Heavy Metal. Obviously, Heavy Metal was released in 1981. The interesting thing I didn't know about until just recently was, because of legal reasons, Heavy Metal was not available on CD until 1995. So that's kind of interesting. Some big hitters on here. You got Sammy Hagar, Don Felder's on there. Don Felder does the theme song. Devo's on there. Cheap Trick, Journey, Black Sabbath, Stevie Nicks. Like I said, just a host of great musicians that are on the soundtrack. Real quick before I get into the last release, the Gimme Danger and Heavy Metal releases that are coming out on the 22nd. Those are both going to be on color variants. The Gimme Danger is going to be on clear vinyl, and the Heavy Metal is going to be on red vinyl. So, like I said, some couple more of the color variants are coming out for the Rocktober releases. So anyway, on the 29th, you've got Hedwig and the Angry Inch. This is the original cast recording. I think this is from 99. I didn't really see which version this was, because I know there's been several variations of it over the last, 22 years now. So I think it's the original cast recording. This is me on pink vinyl. This is a play that or musical that I'm not entirely familiar with, but I know kind of the backstory of the formation of the band and everything that's in the musical. So it's definitely what I need to check out for sure. But those are the 11 Rocktober releases that are coming out starting next month. Well, that's all I got for you this week, guys. Thanks for checking the show out. There's definitely some great tracks that'll be coming out for Rocktober that I'm really looking forward to. But drop me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think, what you guys are interested in, and what you want to pick up for out of these releases. I kind of held off on doing a Rocktober show. I know the list has been out for several weeks now, but I was kind of looking to see if something else was going to get added to it. But it looks like this is what the list is going to be. And like I said, there's definitely, out of the 11, I'd say there's definitely at least probably 3 or 4 for sure that I'm going to try to grab. But like I said, let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you hit that notification bell, and come back and check out the show on Sunday. Well, that's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.